Heyo, what's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Oh man, there was what was it? Uh, oh my God, what was it? It was just a long day at work today, but I'm happy to be here. Happy to be hanging out. Reminding everyone that on Tuesdays is when I record like the podcast live and all that stuff. So this is kind of just when I'm like hanging out with you guys and just doing my own thing. Um, yeah. But hope everyone's doing well. Poop. Ew. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna take this off. Okay. But yeah, no. Honest, it was hot. It was whatever. And then of course, there's always people you have to deal with that suck. And I was like, man, I just wish sometimes that in the workplace you can just be yourself and just not worry about anyone else, or be able to turn off like caring about how others think. Cause oh man, oh sometimes I just want to grab people and just throw them out of an area. Be like, and you're done. Goodbye. Never. I never want to see you again. May the gods protect you as I never have to look upon your face ever again. You're so done with summer. Read for reals, man. Like, what sucks is it's like 89 degrees most of the time, and 89 at where I work means nothing. 90 and above, like, oh god, they go, oh, that's hot. But 89, they go, no. Oh man. Whoo! All right, but yeah, no, okay. So for today, I have a lot of stuff planned. Gonna be talking about Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which I usually, when I look at what the welcome party is going to do, I try to not be back to back, right? I really try to make sure, like, oh, we're talking about the welcome party, not talking about it on here or on my own. But for this, oh god, is it really only dropped to 83 and 81? That's good. That's good. I need it. Oh god, do I need it? But yeah, no, the oh my god, Michelle B. Hello, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. You picked a good day to be here. We're gonna geek out. But yeah, no, because Spider-Man was so, I loved it so much, and it's one of those movies that is super special. And not just to me, but like it's super special. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna try. There's gonna be certain things that you're gonna see back to back. That is gonna happen on here. And this is you're gonna get fully unfiltered me. But what makes tomorrow even better is you're gonna get like all three of us, and who knows what's gonna get brought up. Sorry, I have like a hangnail. Doing well. Hope you're doing well. And yay, awesome. Oh yeah. I'm very excited. There's some nerdy stuff that we're gonna talk about, some news, but most of the time is yeah. Assuming there is no, yeah, right. That's the other reason too, is I really want to talk about it, and because Welcome Party is known for getting derailed, I don't want it to be like, oh hey, I'm so excited to talk about this. We're playing a game. What? You know what I mean? So like, oh man, that's so. There's gonna be certain things like if there's ever Star Wars stuff, obviously. Which, by the way, I'm trying to figure out how to fit in Ninth Jedi. It's a Disney Plus series. It's Star Wars. It's anime. But I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put it in. Because they created a schedule on here for me that fits perfectly in the sense of I'm not going to be overlapping too many things. But I'm gonna have to find a spot. Gonna have to. Just Rose, you're gonna be disappointed. I can guarantee you, I probably will be a huge derailer. So you're good. Only gonna talk about Japanese Spidey tomorrow. Oh my god, that no, Japanese Spidey. If we only talk about that one, I think Alex would be super excited. Oh, oh my god. Okay, so Reed letting platform letting you know I don't have my headphones in, and so he came in so loud my headphones still picked it up, right? But my headphones are right here. Hold on, right here. So I just thought it was like, what is that noise? And if you're wondering what this is, when I uploaded last week's video, I had the music on so low. I had it so quiet, and I got hit 3 times with you got to delete it. And luckily with YouTube Studio, they took the sound out for me. So I was able to be like, oh cool, yeah, no, just please delete, please delete, please delete. Um, but it I didn't want to do that again for this one. So I was like, I'll just put it in my ear. So that way I don't have to worry about you guys hearing the music or anything like stopping it. But I'll, still have this going on. So while I'm talking, I'm not going crazy because I don't do silence well. I even just me talking, I need something. I need something. JPG does love that kind of stuff for sure, especially since I think there is like Jeep tries to bring up the Japanese Spider-Man in reference to whatever outtake or comment he's gonna have. Like I would not be surprised at all. Um, but yeah, all right. So what we're gonna talk about, or so once again, also if you're new, like let's say we got someone who's lurking and they're like, I don't know what this channel is. This is a weird looking dude. There's a skeleton in the back. So basically on Tuesdays, I'm gonna do like an intro, but it's mostly for YouTube. So it's gonna be me talking right like this, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, let's start it, and then I switch screens and then that tells me when I'm editing out this part, like, oh, this is where to start. And then I do an intro, and then we just get into it. Things I'm gonna talk about. There is new nerdy pizza places. There is a movie that is 30 years old that is getting a fifth one, and then talking about Spider-Man. I couldn't find a third story because everything was related to Spider-Man. So I was like, you know what? If it's Spider-Man, will just be a really long topic. But yeah. Okay, test, test. You sleep with sound? Sometimes. I am really trying to sleep to just the sound of my fan. I have my fan's always running because I run a billion degrees at night. When I go to bed, I turn into a furnace. So if you're cold ever, I a human heater right here. But I tend to fall asleep to the TV. There was a roommate I had when I was in early days of college, who he always fell asleep to Star Trek Deep Space Nine, not Voyager, not the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. And this is like when I was in college the first time, like Netflix was a thing, but it wasn't what it is now. So he had it all on his computer. So it was just nonstop streaming that, and I I I fell asleep to so many episodes. But I used to, like, growing up, my house, it wasn't a small house, but it wasn't a big house, and the walls were thin and my family is loud. So I fell asleep to the aunts and uncles and my parents all talking around the table, who were loud, who were full of it, and then you would fall asleep and then you would wake up to sometimes like my dad would snore, you would hear it, you go, oh my god. But I'm just used to noise consistently falling asleep, and I'm trying to get to that point where you just sleep with just the fan because I guess it's better for you to have like a better sleep. But yeah, good to know. Only 15 seconds of delay. Okay, good. For what, like, I think I read 7 for a hot sec. I don't know. But anyway, all right. So, you guys ready? I'm ready to geek out. The pizza one's gonna be a fun one. Pizza one's gonna be a fun topic. But Spider-Man obviously will be most of it. Okay. You love a cold room to fall. Oh, I don't care if it is wintertime or summertime. The absolute best way for me to fall asleep is, yep, pizza, Reed. Pizza. Best way for me to fall asleep is it is so cold that it requires two blankets. That's oh. Or if I'm like say I'm living in a place, right? And it's like, no, it's warm. We're fine. We're isolated from the elements, or we have it cold, whatever. I like it so cold. I'll make it cold that I need to put on a second blanket. Even okay, so let's say it's like wintertime, right? And my house, like my room is fine. I'll put the fan on to make it colder, just so I can throw on a second blanket. Cause that extra weight, right? I'm like, ooh, oh man, so good. In winter, if the heat goes too high, I need a fan. Oh man. Luckily, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where people have turned the heat on in winter. I mean, downside is it's California, and the coldest we get is like 30, and that is like everyone's shocked when it's 30. It's like, the fuck is this? It's going to freeze. So yeah, but uh, you do live on the East Coast, so a little bit different. It's computer based on temperature. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Let's do this. It's already 8:20. I don't usually go too long on Sundays. I mean Tuesdays. Don't go too long on Tuesdays. All right. Let's do this. Hold on. All right. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay. All right. All right. And oh, oops. That's the wrong one. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So, hello and welcome to my podcast, the latest news and rumors, the pop culture world, while giving my own opinion and review. My opinions tend to be out there, so that's why we go by Rogue Geek. So first thing we're going to talk about, hope you're super excited for this, is pizza. And before we get into pizza, I just want to remind everyone, my name is Cole. I'm the Rogue Geek. This is a variety channel, LGBTQI plus safe space. I love Marvel, Star Wars, and DC. And this, honestly, I love talking about what could happen, what will happen, or just what did happen. I love it all. I love the speculation. I love talking about it. I love geeking out. It honestly brings me so much excitement. I love being a fan in today's world. Like, honestly, this is the best era for a geek. It has never been better. So I'm so excited to get into it. And with that being said, the reason why I keep saying pizza, and the title for this section is called Why Would You Eat There? Five Nights at Freddy's is going to open a pizza place. And of all places, Five Nights at Freddy's universe is to open a real-life Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in East Rutherford, New Jersey in 2027. If you live on the East Coast, you could make a journey to East Rutherford. If you're in New Jersey, you are already there. You can go to the pizza place that will possibly kill you. Like, there is going to be... Now, before we go into opinions and stuff, right? The pizza place will have food, obviously, 2 animatronic shows, and then horror games for Five Nights at Freddy fans. So let's just picture this. You're gonna have people show up to a place just to eat with animatronics that might go rogue. Can you just imagine you're eating your pizza and you're like, oh, this is such a fun time. Holy shit, as this fox comes sprinting at you. Oh my god. Oh my god, absolutely not. No, 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 no. Still will not be scared than the average Chuck E. Cheese, says Platform Platypus. Honestly, that's good. That is good. East Rutherford is where the American Dream Mall is. Oh, okay. No, so for me, here's the thing. Chuck E. Cheese was always the weird place to go. Like, I did not have divorced parents. So I could not relate to the, oh, my dad took us to Chuck E. Cheese on his experience. Like, I've heard that joke from so many people that clearly it was a shared experience. I didn't have that experience. So for me, whenever we went to Chuck E. Cheese, it was always like, well, I mean, there's arcade games, but I grew up where we went to John's Incredible Pizza. That place was the place to go. If you said we were going to John's Incredible Pizza, I wasn't just excited. I thought I was about to have the best night of my fucking life. I would. They had the best arcade games. There was sometimes bumper cars. Like John's Incredible Pizza was the place to go. So if this was my horror story, John's Incredible Pizza is the place I would be murdered at. But going back to this, Five Nights at Freddy's, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, like I would go just to see. Like I honestly would go. Like right now on West Coast, there is a pizza place dedicated to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles aesthetic. Like it is in LA, and it is a place to get pizza that is based on the '90s TMNT. It's put on by the same people who did the Sonic the Hedgehog chili dog place. So that's it's like, oh, nostalgic. That's fun. That's cute. And you even go there, and it's not officially put together by TMNT. So there's like some merch, but it's not like unique merch, right? But since this is put on by the actual universe peeps itself, I can only imagine that there is going to be amazing like merch to buy. The shows are probably gonna be very spot on to the show, and if it doesn't have at least some jump scares while you're eating, I just don't know, man. Like I feel like you have to have it. There has been a fight at least 4 times. You've been Chuck E. Cheese. Well, I mean, Chuck E. Cheese is weird, so I'll give you that. I have not been to the TMNT pizza place yet. It is on my list of things I would like to go, but driving to LA by myself to go get pizza, not exactly the best thing, but it is on the list. It is on the list of things that I will try and do. Oh, your grandma took you to Chuck E. Cheese, not your divorced dad, but your grandma took you. My area had Planet Kids and Fundazzle. That doesn't make any sense to me. Planet Kids, I kind of get, but what is? I don't know Fundazzle. Never heard of that. But yeah, no. So that is. They're making some like nerdy places to eat. There's a brewery out here called Villain's Brewery that they've turned like drinks and all that stuff villain themed. There is so many the nostalgia of looking back at um our childhood and things that we loved, and then we became adults and we were like, you know what, let's make that actual place exist, or let's make something centered around that. Has is one of the things that I'm loving about this era that we're in, right? Because like Villains Brewery, there's it's literally just it's a brewery, but it's villain themed, and even though I don't like certain things, it's cute being like, you know what, I'll take the superhero themed drink name, please. Thank you. Yes, I am a sucker for this, but I like it. So it's, I don't know, things like that. Oh man. The place. Okay, so someone in my chat, Reed, said he looked. I'm guessing he looked it up. But apparently, with Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be, there's going to be a Mr. Beast burger, a Hasbro restaurant, a DreamWorks water park, a Nickelodeon amusement park, and a Lego thing. I don't know how I feel about that. That's a lot of weird stuff all happening right there. Fun Dazzle was at the Tustin Marketplace before the marketplace was really a thing. It was really there. It was there before Target. Well, I did not grow up in Tustin, so I don't know. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. It was there before Target. Cool. If it I went to Kmart. That was there before Target. Kind of. They were there around roughly the same time. Um, it's Mall of America on the East Coast. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, so that's the first story. That was the first big thing. Is just East Rutherford. You're getting murderous animatronics, or some people just say New Jersey. Like the jokes are there. Like a comedian is going to have so much fun being like, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is open a pizza place where people get murdered all the time. It's just like every other pizza place. I don't know. I've never been to New Jersey. I've only seen the New Jersey jokes. I don't know. if any of it is legit or not. All right, so that was news story one. Little cute, little that. News story two is a little weird. This one is something that a lot of people are probably going to groan about, whereas some might cheer because they are big fans. I was reading it. There's not much to talk about. There isn't much. I was kind of surprised because, like I said, this whole week is dedicated to Spider-Man. Everyone and their mother is talking about Spider-Man and all the records that it broke and all the stuff that it means and all of it. Right? We were all we all knew it was gonna be good, but I don't think we expected it to be that good. But this story, uh, its title is about the Matrix coming back. So it's titled literally "Stepping Back into the Matrix Again." Again, the Matrix universe is moving forward for with its fifth movie, with director Drew Goddard. That is going to be freaking weird. So first off, Goddard is known for he wrote Cabin in the Woods, he adapted The Martian, and he adapted Project Hail Mary. This is going to be if this happens. Like, bear in mind, this is Hollywood. They say they're moving forward, and then nothing happens. Last week I was complaining about how the DCU is like we're gonna do all these things, and only like 3 things have happened so far, right? But if this happens, if the fifth Matrix movie happens, this will be the first film that is not done by any of the Wachowski sisters. The first three, the sisters worked together. The fourth one, it was only Lana. The fifth one, Lana's going to be a producer on it. So she's still part of the project, but she will not be like filming it. So Goddard would be like, I'm assuming writing and directing it. I mean, he's like Cabin in the Woods. You can argue isn't that good. I love Cabin in the Woods. The Joss Whedon movie with like every Joss Whedon actor on the planet. I love Cabin in the Woods, but The Martian and Project Hail Mary, come on, like one won awards and the other one's probably gonna win awards. Like the Matrix needs something like this because the Wachowski sisters, they lost their vision or they lost their inspiration or they only had the 3 movies. That was all they had. That's all they wanted to do. And it was like, you get it. But the fact that they're still trying, I'm like, okay, but we need new writers. We need a new take. So I'm excited. I'm a huge Matrix fan. Absolutely love the Matrix. The uh the first movie I didn't really get to see too much. I was too young. And then of course Columbine happened, and then my parents were really not about me watching that movie. Um, but Matrix Reloaded, I was able to see. I was in high school when it came out, and it my teenage boy brain, it was perfect. The music was amazing. The fighting was shockingly amazing. Like it was watching a superhero movie before superhero movies are what they are. Like they went all in on the ridiculousness, and when superhero movies back then were like trying to be serious but also can't be, like you couldn't tell. Like Spider-Man 3 existed, Spider-Man 2, like you had X2, then you had X3, then you had Spidey 2, and then you had Spidey 3. It was like this weird, like there were some really good films and then some like it's about superhero movie. What the fuck you want? So with the Matrix being actually good, with amazing score, the soundtrack is amazing. The fighting was amazing, and the story was so captivating. I I I can watch. I don't watch those movies all the time, but it will be like I will have an itch. I'm like I need to watch all through all. Well, now 4, at now, and I just that's all I do. And so I just focus on those. Let's see. What did I miss in the chat? Bad Times at the El Royale is proof that Drew Goddard could totally handle a Matrix universe movie. Honestly, the for me with the Matrix movie, it is Cabin in the Woods because he can handle ridiculousness. Because like The Martian and Project Hail Mary, you can argue they're still grounded in realism. They are it. It's about one dude trying to stay alive, right? Like it's like the kind of like the same movie, but with Cabin in the Woods, with setting up a universe, setting up ridiculousness. But it never felt ridiculous. There was never a time when you were like, come on. No, like even the end, right? When they're setting up all those scary moments, I remember going like, oh my god, like the purging scene still haunts me sometimes. Oh man, when was the last Matrix movie? The last Matrix movie came out a lot sooner than you'd think. I believe it was 2022, 2023. Matrix 4 came out, and it shocked everyone because it was Lana came back and then she made this movie with Keanu Reeves, and we were all trying to figure out how they were going to bring him back because we all saw it. A lot of us Matrix fans played the PC game Enter the Matrix. And in Into the Matrix, or Enter the Matrix, it was hinted. You never saw Neo, but it was hinted that Neo was still alive and he was in the Matrix. And so there was all this belief that they were going to be bringing that into the aspect. They were going to be doing all this. So in the fourth film, when it was actually he and Agent Smith were in this weird purgatory kind of place, that was weird. Same thing with Trinity. Like they were all there except Morbius. Come on, I didn't like the not bringing the Morbius part into it, but who knows? Maybe he didn't want it. Maybe they there was a actual reason for it. But man, Morbius was one of my favorite characters. I absolutely love how devoted he is and in how much of a leader he was when no one believed him. Like I absolutely loved that. His arc was phenomenal, especially when Keanu Reeves was literally just he was supposed to play like some like soulless dude. Um, oh, Goddard also did Cloverfield for J.J. Abrams. See what I'm talking about? Like Goddard is this. He's if this Matrix movie actually happens, it is probably going to be amazing because what I'm hoping for is we are in the Matrix universe, and whether or not it is in the human world where it's humans and machines living together trying so hard to keep the peace, or they're back in the Matrix, right? Something happened and they're back in and they have to there's a mystery going on. I don't care. I don't care. All I want is moving away from Neo and Agent Smith. Not acting as if they didn't exist. I don't want to start fresh and then never see these characters again. That's not what I want. Let me rephrase. I truly love when films reboot themselves, but they have the original cast show up to help. Masters of the Universe did it perfectly with Lundgren. Star Wars did it great where they were there, but you're not following their story. You are following the new generation. And so that's what I would love for these Matrix films because it's been 30 years. It has been 30 years. The kids today, the adults today don't give a fuck about that movie. Anyone who's in their 20s never saw Matrix in theaters. Anyone in their 30s, it depends on how bad your parents were if you saw it in theaters. So, like, you need to create a fresh thing. You need to bring the Matrix into the 21st century. We need to have new stories. And there is such, like, Goddard, I trust, will be able to do this because, look, you don't need to recreate the bank, right? The Matrix works when you have machines fighting against, or no, not even machines, because machines can be the good people in this. All you need is a villain who's trying to destroy peace. And then everyone is fighting for peace. Everyone's like, no, no, we work together, we're in harmony. And one person's like, no, I'm gonna ruin all that. But while they're doing that, there is a love story that is connecting. And you always have to have the one person who doesn't really believe in it and the one person who truly does. And then the two of them always come together to fight the evil. And that story has been told a bazillion, kajillion times. If you're like, no, I don't want to see that story, fuck you. Yes, you do. We're gonna talk about a movie that literally just did that. But I cannot stress that The Matrix needs a love story, but a fresh start. So, hey, Texas saw the movie today. You actually saw the movie today? Oh, Spider-Man. I'm currently talking about The Matrix. There's going to be a fifth Matrix movie coming out. So that is what I'm talking about in that sense. Goddard was on the Sony spinoff before the. Let's not talk about the Sony spinoff. Let's we can talk about other things. Oh man, Sony pisses me off when it comes to their Spider-Man universe. Don't give Venom this. You don't give Venom this classic look. You move forward with Madame Web. You with the cast, by the way, that was phenomenal. And you put the best ending, and you don't have that in the whole film. And then what else is there? Oh yeah, Craven the fucking Hunter, and then Morbius. Get out right now. At least Venom, those films were stupid and fun, but Craven and Morbius, Morbin time. Get out. Get out. How dare you? How dare you do a pun on Power Rangers? Get out. We'll never see Venom again. We might. We just might. All right. So that's news story 2. Before we get into the Spider-Man aspect, just want to remind on Twitch is where you can watch me do this live. I am the Rogue Geek 23 on Twitch. On social media, I'm just the Rogue Geek. And yes, I know. One day I will own the Rogue Geek on Twitch. But until then, it's Rogue Geek 23. And then you can always find me on Wednesdays at Welcome Party Pod, the Welcome Party's Twitch channel, where we talk about nerdy stuff as well. We also have a YouTube for that as well. So please, all the support you can do for me and the Welcome Party is amazing. But you can always find me on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays here on the Rogue Geek, and then on Wednesday, Welcome Party. I don't sleep. All I do is just hang out and go nuts. But yeah, that's how you can find me. Always usually around 7:30 or 8 p.m. on the West Coast, and I only go till about 10 p.m. on video game nights, and then on podcast days I only go for an hour. I do not go long on these nights. This is I'm doing this, and then I am chilling for the night, like calming down, relaxing. It's Craven in time. Venom will return in Secret Wars. Oh man, it will return in Secret Wars will always be one of my favorite things of this era because everyone's coming back in Secret Wars. The brave little toaster will return in Secret Wars. All right. That being said, let's dive in to one of, if not the greatest, Spider-Man movies of all time. I cannot stress how much I love this movie. So first things first, Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out, and those theaters were insane. I've seen so many TikToks of like every theater overloaded. No one expected this. It set records. Everyone knew it was going to be busy. There was so many films times on Thursday, right? Like if you didn't get Dolby or IMAX, they were like, that's fine, but here's like all these other screening availables, but you got to, you just gotta watch regular. And even that, those were all filling out. There was for a whole 7 days, you couldn't get good seats at Dolby because they were full. They were selling out. Whether it was because of AMC A-lister or it was because people were waiting. Who knows? But you couldn't do it. And it broke records. This film broke records. But Spider-Man Brand New Day is not just an amazing film, but it is an amazing Spider-Man film because they finally understood the rules of Spider-Man. They MCU, you can argue, has always done certain things certain way, but with Spider-Man, they've never gotten it right, in my opinion. This one they got right. This is the film that made me go, "Oh shit, Tom Holland is actually good." Um, so with that being said, I just want to point out there for everyone at home, this was my rankings going into Brand New Day. Andrew Garfield was my favorite Spider-Man. My favorite Spider-Man film that was live action. We're not going to talk about animated. We're not talking about animated. But live action Spider-Man film, my favorite was Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. So Andrew Garfield's my favorite Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 is my favorite film, and then Tom Holland was just there. I never connected with him. I was way too old to connect to this Spider-Man. Um, he was too. Everyone complains Andrew Garfield was too cool. This Peter Parker with Tom Holland was too cool. He was dumpster diving, but was he really? He wasn't dirty. He was, for whatever dumpsters he was diving in, they were like cleaned well. Like he walked in with the hottest Aunt May in the history of Spider-Man, with Tony Stark waiting on his couch to bring him into the fight in Civil War. But then he got his own suit so he's wearing sweats, right? Then in Civil War he's getting the Spider-Man suit that has all of this Stark tech in it. Then No Way Home, more Stark tech as he's fighting with Iron Man, and apparently wants to be the next Iron Man pupil, or he looks up to him like a dad, right? Like that's out of left field. There's his best friend, there's the money there, and then he's in love with this girl who, like, whatever. And then the second film, still he's working with Shield and he's taking his mask off everywhere, and everyone's like, "Wow, Spider-Man." He's like, "Oh, I don't know who I am," and it's just like, what is this? Like, I did not connect to this Spider-Man. Then the third one was when I finally started going, oh, maybe, right? Because they killed Aunt May, they took everything from him, and he made everyone forget who he was. But with Spider-Man Brand New Day, with that being my rankings, right? Tom, I could do without. Andrew, my favorite. Toby, second film was my best. I left Spider-Man Brand New Day going, holy shit, there is no debate. Tom Holland is the best live-action Spider-Man. No debate. Like, his acting performance was so unbelievably good. I can't even put into words the amount of shock that had me when he suddenly had a New York Queens accent. The joke I was making, which it's kind of hard not to make, right? Is he worked on this Odyssey, right? So he goes from Marvel green screens and kind of jokes and all this stuff to now being on a live set with Christopher Nolan and like every famous major acting star on the planet. That's got to be humbling. And because like it's just his performance is so much better. It is so much better in this film. And the rules, I don't know who finally got to their head that no, Spider-Man has to keep the mask on at all times, because the rules were amazing. Peter growing up young at May had to be rough. Just oh my god. The Okay, so let's go slowly through it. Okay, so obviously this film, I'm not ready to say this is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. I'm not ready to say that much, but it's up there. It's easily top 3, if not top 2. I keep thinking about it. But Spider-Man 2 and Brand New Day, which one's better? I'm having a hard time, because Brand New Day, creature of the moment, right? I'm stuck into it. I've seen it multiple times already, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is fucking good. This is amazing. And then Spider-Man 2, it's like, shit. Is it nostalgia? This was the Spider-Man movie that made me go, this is Spider-Man? Like, what? Which one's better? I don't really know. But so going through what makes Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to stay on topic while not going all over the place, while also looking at you guys in the chat. So let's stick with simple stuff. So keeping the mask on, that element. Oh god! And then I look at the chat and you guys derail me. Spider-Man 3, get out, Reed. I will mute you for 999 seconds. Oh my god, I hate Spider-Man 3 with a passion. Nothing makes me angrier than Spider-Man 3. And X-Men 3 exists. And both X-Men 3s exist. Apocalypse sucked, and X3 Days of Future Past. Not Days of Future Past. No, that was good. I forget what X3 is called. Is this called X3? I don't know. That fucking sucked. And I hate just being all negative Nancy on here because everyone and their mother. It's easy to hate things, but like they didn't do. Hey, we're not here to talk about X-Men. We're not here to talk about X-Men. Okay, keeping the mask on, Spider-Man. Spider-Man keeping the mask on had me smiling because growing up, Spider-Man's secret identity was the most important thing to him. It was more important to make sure the mask stayed on, to protect his loved ones, than it was to make people feel at ease, or to make money. And I understand up until this film, right? The studios were probably pushing, we need to take the mask off. Or it's in the contract for the actor to make sure that he gets paid. I'm sure there is real life reasons why the mask always came off. But Spider-Man in Civil War, the comic book, when he unmasks himself in front of everyone saying he's Peter Parker, that broke the world. Everyone was in shock because up till then, Spider-Man always found a way to keep his identity secret. So when you have that being such a keen part of the character, and then he's taking it off willy-nilly, it's kind of hard to be like, eh. So in this one, when he's like, no, it can't come off. It's got to stay on. It's got to stay on. And it's because of every lesson that he learned of when people find out who he really is. He lost everything for people knowing that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. It's the most... It just makes sense, right? Because he can't reset the world again. He doesn't want to go through that again. So the fact that the mask has to stay on is such a huge part of his character now. I got teary-eyed so much. That was one of them. Especially when he has to take off the clothes, right? To take a bath with Yelena. I expected to see Tom Holland. But when he comes out in the towel and they pan up, and then he's got the Spider mask on, just like in PS4 or the PS5 games, I was like, yes! Yes! That is Spider-Man! It's so important. And then him constantly panicking when anytime he has to, when he takes the mask off and someone might see him, he's like fumbling because it's no longer just a whoop like Black Panther, Iron Man. There's no nanites. It's fabric. I absolutely love that. The fact that you could see his eyes through the lens, so you could still get the shock look. Because they did what Andrew Garfield Spider-Man had, where he's talking through animation because the lenses are just this, like it's like any cosplayer, right? But to show his emotion and to really hit things, the lenses would be kind of see-through. And I don't know if that was for us or if that was certain lights. I don't know. But being able to see his eyes through the mask barely was a nice touch. I absolutely love that. If you care about spoilers, shouldn't be here. Oh yeah, no. This is not. If you have not seen the, I put it in the title. This there is spoilers. We are going hard. The latest movie made me question a few things though. I'm love to hear it. Put it in the chat. But yeah, no, so that was Spider-Man keeping the mask on. Absolutely love that aspect. It felt like Spider-Man to me. The what is it? The next thing that I want to talk about. And by the way, yes, spoilers. I haven't even gotten to the crazy spoiler shit yet. Right now, everything I'm talking about is kind of been in the trailers. So don't worry. The major spoilers that will be at the end. So there you go. But Spider-Man's yearning. I love so hard how they showed it. Um, if it's easy to have missed, and I don't mean the obvious, he sees MJ with the boyfriend and he runs and he starts to swing through the city on like just alone because he's like his world is shattered, right? And like I don't mean that. That was in the trailer. That's easy. Anyone with eyes could catch that. What I loved was at the beginning of the film when he's living on his own in his apartment. The symbolism. The desk is neat. The tech he's working on is clean. Everything is dusted. Everything is organized. There is sunlight coming through the windows. Um, he is kind of beat up, but not really, right? His skin is healthy. He looks healthy. And then they do the montage of him keeping tabs on what his friends are doing in college, the thing he was supposed to do. He was supposed to be in college with them. But the seeing that and then doing the superhero fights and then things happening and then like trying really hard and just showing how long he's been Spider-Man, how much time is going by. This is the beginning of the film, mind you. And then as with each scene, his apartment is getting dirtier and dirtier and messier and darker. There's webs forming. Things are no longer put away neatly. There's piles on the floor. There's clutter. There's circles under his eyes. There's more like bruises and bleeds and cuts and there's like even when he's in his room, he's alone. And it's showing that him being alone is having such a huge effect on his health. And I loved that because Spider-Man always, with great power comes great responsibility, right? And he tried doing it himself. He didn't want to risk anyone else getting hurt. He didn't want to risk anyone dying for him again. He couldn't imagine losing anyone, but he was still keeping tabs. He still kept living through his phone, his friends who don't even remember him. And I loved it, especially when in the film because obviously we have to move forward with the story, right? So that's what he did. And everyone's saying like, "Hey man, this is not healthy. You're not going to be able to do that." Um but he is going you this is what you call it, what you call it, what you call it, what you call it, what you call it. This isn't great. And then Ned runs into where he goes. And then just the way that Tom Holland like froze and then just the acting ability to show that his heart was skipping a flutter and he was excited but scared as he's trying to look to see what Ned's doing and Ned doesn't know him. He's a stranger. So Ned's not even also like, "What?" But just that whole scene and then he has to follow like a crazy person. It was it was fun. I mean, it was not fun. That's fun's the wrong word, but it was really nice seeing him like trying to hold on to something that he lost. And that to me is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is constantly like he had to give it up. He didn't want to, but he had to give up his world, his best friends, the woman he loves. And anytime that he has a chance to see them again, he's going to like reach out. But he knows he can't be with, right? But anyway, all right, let's see. I feel like I've been rambling a little bit. Let's look at the chat here. Well, we also didn't get to find out did he have a job or just how did he get the place? That is a good question. I mean, it is. I'll say this. It is in the Spider-Man universe. We all know he works for the Daily Bugle. He takes photos for Spider-Man. Um, but in this MCU, the Daily Bugle is a blog. It's someone like me, just talking and going around the thing. It's like the McAfee show. Actually, Pat McAfee's probably more like it, where there's a huge target audience, but it's just a podcast. That's all it is. The Daily Bugle is a podcast. It's not a newspaper. It's nothing like that. Or at least they haven't shown it to be a newspaper. They have shown it to be the the podcast webcam situation that we saw them filming in like a basement or whatever, right? Um, so him going to work for that wouldn't fit in today's world. Now, who knows what the job he's doing? Um, I don't think that mattered to the story. I know a lot of people really want to know, like, how is he doing this? How is he affording rent? Um, but it just didn't matter to me for the story they were telling to bottle down with a whole scene of him at work. Like, like they got a lot of stuff right. They did a lot of other things. His job, I would feel like it would slow it down and not in a good way. Like it wouldn't. There was no character arc story that mattered for him to have the job. Um, it would be nice if it was like, yeah, there's his ID badge or something like they glanced over something, but we don't need it. It was supposed to be a storage room for an attic. Yeah, no, it is weird that the person let him have the storage room. So maybe that there was a deal or something. I love that his apartment was a storage room because and I also love that it came from a girl going, "You live on my floor," and then him just going, "Absolutely not," and then just going as far away from people as possible. That had me laughing so hard because the internet's already like the worst you can say is no. Immediately moves to a whole new floor. Oh man. But yeah, so oh man, the Spider-Man Spider-Man's yearning also isn't very important to the character because it's no matter what he does, he can't win. He tries his hardest, and like he loses Gwen Stacy. MJ and him constantly fight and break up. The what is it? The perfect life that he wants, the family, the job, how easy it would be for him to just stop being Spider Man and how far he would get in life, but he just can't. Like, that was good. But oh, excuse me. But the new character they introduced was interesting to me. Now, this is a theory, this is speculation, this is no facts. In fact, here is the fact. In Spider-Man Brand New Day, MJ has a boyfriend. We see it in the trailer, and we're all in shock. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up his name. But in the show, in the movie, she has a boyfriend. If you look at the credits, he is credited as boyfriend, and it is played by. Hold on, why isn't he higher ranked on Ahsoka? Ahmad Asfandi, who also has a Twitch page, by the way. He goes live on Twitch. But Iman Asfandi, I hope I'm saying it right, uh, is too big of an actor to have such a small part. And they could have gone with anyone. They could have gone an extra, especially since he only has like 3 lines. But they reference him multiple times, especially when Peter's trying to figure out if she likes the boyfriend, right? So when he's like, "Your boyfriend, you got to go home to your boyfriend," which also gave Finn from Star Wars energy with Rey, but he is Arabic, and he could represent the dude MJ ends up with in current comics, which is what everyone thought he was going to be. Everyone was making jokes. The most hated man in Spider-Man just because he's not Peter Parker. MJ is currently dating an Arabic dude in the comic books because Peter Parker and her broke up again. And she also has the Venom suit now. I don't know. Comics are weird, but here's the thing. So he could easily be a typecast, right? Like we got an Arabic dude to play the Arabic boyfriend that is now the love story of MJ, and that is moving forward. Yeah, not just any dude either. Um, but because of the actor being so big, I truly think is a few things. So first, it can easily be boyfriend from the comic books, or this is the more fun one. He's Harry Osborn. So he gets along with Ned. He gets along with my god, MJ, right? Like they were all friends. The last 4 years they've been friends, or who knows how long they've been dating, but he clearly knows them from school because he was close to them and she was like talking about she stuck it up. And he was just it was too familiar to be a new fling, if you know what I mean. So I it would be cool if they make him Harry Osborn. They could also make him oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Venom. Eddie Brock. It'd be cool if they make him Eddie Brock. He's not buff enough. I still think the actor who plays Reacher is the most perfect Eddie Brock in existence, but I don't want to see him play uh Venom. I want to see him in the DCU. But if they made him either Eddie Brock, who hates Peter Parker for ruining his life, or Harry Osborn, who ends up, it's just like, hey, yeah, he's the boyfriend, and they probably will break up because MJ and Peter need to be together, but he's not a bad dude. He's just the other guy. So if you make it where like, hey, you know what, we're all friends here because Peter and MJ can't get back together immediately. That can't be a thing. But if you have it where it's a slow burn, then when they do get together, you can literally have him go, "What the fuck?" and then he just goes off the deep end. So he was noted as Flash Thompson in previous movies. Oh, the Arabic dude in the comics is the son of a cosmic entity. That would be interesting if they went down that road. Um, I don't know. It's the actor who played Flash. No, 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 no. Flash Thompson is a different guy. What I'm talking about is the actor who plays Ezra Bridger in the Ahsoka series. That is who ends up being the boyfriend. If the boyfriend ended up being Flash, oh my god, could you just imagine Peter's face? I don't think he would be sad. I don't think it would be. Oh, it would be so different too, right? So you would right now you have this powerful scene of he sees that Ned's trying to find Spider-Man, and he's like, I don't even want to reveal its identity. I just want him to say thank you. So he's kind of getting like this little bit of hope, like my best friends are trying to find me. Um, and then MJ goes forward, and she's acting like herself, and he's like listening, and he's like being a creep. All this stuff. It's like oh my god, this is it's getting like familiar. He's letting himself believe because at the time we are still hoping that she's gonna solve it for him, and because that's what she did the first time, right? She was like 60% sure that he was Spider-Man when they were in Paris together, but when the boyfriend shows up and they kiss, and the way his world shatters, and then you can just any person who's been in love can relate to that. It's impossible not to. And if that scene was Flash Thompson instead, and I don't think it'd be world shattering. I think you'd be getting a like a gross like he's grossed out. So I don't. I'm very happy they didn't go Flash Thompson dating MJ. He's the actor's waged up too much for it. Maybe, but I want Willow 2. I want Justice. I want to see him as an evil sorcerer. Give me Willow 2. Season 2, by the way. Willow season 2. Moving on. So yeah, so I love the yearning that Peter Parker did. How hard, like you felt the love, and I know they're married in real life. It was probably easy for him to do it, but it was so nice seeing it. Um, Now that is going to hit now. The next, this part is a huge spoiler. This, if you are like keeping up, you're like, oh, okay. This next part's the huge spoiler part. The villain of the film is Jean Grey. And I absolutely love that Jean Grey was not a woman who passes out every 5 seconds, wasn't someone being hunted and needed to hide, wasn't someone who was a super good person. I love the way that oh my god, what's her name? Like the Max from Stranger Things played her. Because I truly did believe that she wasn't a bad person, but she was not to be messed with. I she played it perfect. I cannot wait to see Fail to Send. Why? Nothing was Failed to Send on my end. Um, oh man, what is Sadie Sink? Sadie Sink was perfect as that was as perfect as Jean Grey. Do I think she looks just like Mary Jane? Absolutely. It's impossible not to. She's white with red hair. But as Jean Grey, oh my god, I her story was so good. The way that she was super serious, but she wasn't threatened. She was just getting people were in her way, and she was just doing whatever it took to get what she needed. Um, but I cannot wait to see her version of Jean interacting with the future X-Men, because I can see this one going evil with the Phoenix Force because she was so close to going evil, right? But the fact that there was that line that never was crossed is going to set up X-Men movies for such a long time. Very excited to see that. Still bummed they did. I'm curious why. To be honest, I don't know if maybe that's gonna have something to do with Doomsday, but yeah. Perhaps this time, the obnoxious rich guy in the past movies think it was Flash Thompson. It was, but that is what my brain is saying. I don't know where he is versus where my brain is at. No, Texan, you're right. So the obnoxious rich guy in the previous movies was Flash Thompson. He may be Arabic in real life. I don't know too much about that actor, but Amon that I'm talking about played Ezra Bridger. It's a completely different actor, and he plays the boyfriend in this movie. We don't see Flash Thompson at all. We only see him in a picture reference. He's Latino. Oh, okay. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, no. So Sadie Sink, her performance should not be um overlooked. Should not be something that gets moved on. She is something that gets introduced in this film that I cannot wait to see more of. But there's really not much more to talk about because her character is second half. It is literally she's trying to find her sister. She's a telepath and all that stuff. And I'm getting close to the end of this, so I got to go a little bit faster here. I'm so sorry. Uh, I'm just gonna put the Punisher and Hulk in one big field here. So the Punisher and the Hulk are other characters that are in this film that they don't steal the movie, but they don't take away from the movie, and I found that very shocking. So with the Punisher, I was afraid that it was going to be his only scene was the trailer. I did not know how they were going to interact. I didn't know how they were going to move forward, but making the Punisher the way they did was perfect. And there is something I want to talk about that the internet has been very mad about that I disagree with. Um, um, a lot of people are saying that Frank Castle in Spider-Man Brand New Day gets nerfed so badly because he took on Daredevil in season 2 and held his own. And I kid you not, when I was reading these comments, I felt myself get dumber. Um, I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about. If you agree with them, please let me know because I don't understand how you can look at Spider-Man Brand New Day the villains that were in that, the players that were on the board, and think that Frank Castle with his guns are gonna do a damn thing. Um, Frank Castle brought a gun to fight the Hulk. What do you think he's gonna fucking do? He took on a telepath, and because he's Frank Castle and they did it correctly, he didn't keep his 30 yards away because he did it. He did not respect the threat. It's a kid. He's got a gun. They are a kid. So when they got close, he also didn't know she was gonna take over him. So I honestly, he's not fucking Batman. He's Frank Castle. He always fucks things up. He just goes in and just doesn't think. And so I love how they did it. The other thing that people have brought up that kind of drive me insane is they go, why did this Frank treat Peter so much better than he treated Matt? And the argument's easy. The argument is so easy. Peter Parker in this film is only about 23. That's it. 23 years old. Now, Tom Holland is 30 in real life. He's a 30-year-old man. But in this film, he's only playing 23. Because if all of them are super smart at MIT, right? They went to EIT or whatever, Empire State University. Or I don't know, I think they went to MIT. But they probably graduated in 4 years. So if they graduated at 17 to 18, they're 23, 24. And that is being generous. And this film takes place after they graduated. So he's only that long. At the oldest, Peter is 25. At the oldest. And Frank is almost 50. He is mid 40s. And the age that his son would be is what Peter would be. So it is so easy when he's like dealing with him. And bear in mind that it's not like he's dealing with him for the first time. He is dealing with someone who he has argued with, who he has debated with, and he has fought with. And unlike Matt, who's constantly chastising him and telling him like he's doing everything wrong, Peter is literally like, nah, man, we're not killing anyone. I'll take your gun. But that he's just arguing. And they have that relationship that was so fun. And because he's also younger, right? Frank can't help but look at him like his son or just that younger guy that he's got to take care of. And anyone who's in the workforce, any millennial in the workforce has worked with a Gen Z person and they get it. Like I get it because I'm gonna argue, I'm gonna do all this shit, but I'm not gonna try and I'm not gonna treat you the same way that I would treat someone my age, right? And so especially if I feel that kind of relationship with you. So the other element to me that sparks Matt is a lawyer, he's the enemy. Exactly. The other thing that sparks that Frank saw his son in Peter Parker is he always says his son was a good boy. And so at the end of the film, like by the way, remember I said huge spoilers. So at the end of the film, when Peter's in the hospital and he goes, you look exactly how I thought you would look. And Peter goes, yeah, what was that? And he's like, a good boy. Like, he just sees his son. Like, I am convinced Frank Castle sees his son in Peter Parker. And especially since Peter was super brave. Yeah. I did like the tiny elements for the Punisher and showing a snippet of his background. Oh my god, that was beautiful. The showing the real Punisher slowly, like, well, not the real Punisher, that's saying it wrong. But just, like, elements of it. Like, the sniper, like all of that stuff. It was so good. The family in the background, that he's constantly there. Him saying this is a sentence. This isn't a life. I don't choose this life. This is a sentence. I loved all of that. I cannot wait to see Frank and Peter interact more often. I can't wait to see Frank interact with Peter in front of Matt. Because the way those two argue had me laughing so hard. It felt like I was raised by Italians, and that's basically how they talk. where they're talking over each other, but they're talking at you, and you have to hear both people at the same time while also they're arguing, and you're just like, how are you? And then they'll interject with themselves. You're like, what the fuck is going on? But that was the most realistic argument fighting I've ever seen. Um, let's see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I can you feel that? Can you hear the throat drying up? Oh god, it's 9:20. I gotta hurry up. Okay. So that's that for that's the Punisher. The Hulk. Oh my god. Anyone? They brought back Savage Hulk. And the thing about Savage Hulk that I love the most is that his face looks nothing like the actor. It looks like Luth Gunther, the original Hulk actor. I love that they always try to make Hulk, Savage Hulk, pure Hulk, look like that actor. It was so good. He was so big. He was so strong. I he was scary. It's been a while, and I love that it wasn't or like it wasn't straight Savage Hulk, right? Like she took over Bruce Banner with the Hulk stuff, and when Jean Grey did that, she accidentally broke something, which is what is mentioned. Because her powers, she can sometimes unlock memories. She can make you forget. She has all these powers that she, because remember, this, she's not an X-Men yet. She is learning how to do this. She is going through things for the first time. And when she is in Bruce's head and she breaks something, she turns him back into Savage Hulk. And I love that Hulk isn't a bad person. Hulk still just wants a friend. And that is what like how Peter was able to stay alive, because Hulk is stronger than the Spider-Man. Hulk would destroy Spider-Man in a second, but when Peter was like, "We are friends," and that's what made Hulk go, "Wait, what?" I They brought back the original rules of that, and I loved every second. I feel bad for him though. Bruce Banner was just trying to live his life as a professor. He was trying to go away from the Avengers. He was just trying to be a teach, and it's just he was caught in the crosshairs of superheroes. Like he was a victim in this film, and I feel so bad for him, especially because at the end of it, he's not mad. He's just like, did I hurt anybody? Is it just, please tell me it's just me, please tell me. And I just, that pleading was so heartbreaking. Yeah. um Hulk and Spidey are about the same strength. Hulk just has the durability. He's maybe same strength, but he never retires, right? Am I crazy in that aspect? Isn't like Hulk gets stronger and stronger the angrier he gets? Am I missing that? I do like how they told us versus how he was doing. Yeah. Oh, right, durability. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Um, Now with that does piggyback into what I really want to talk about, and it is what Jean Grey was accidentally doing, and that is breaking minds and unlocking things. So I truly do believe Jean Grey accidentally unlocked the Savage Hulk, and I think she unlocked, and this is the big debate here, MJ and Ned's minds. So she has said many times, because she was evil to Spider-Man. Everything that she did to Peter was cruel when it comes to MJ. But with the freezing, so first MJ and Ned have two different journeys when it comes to being unlocked of who Peter Parker Spider-Man is. MJ's is more dramatic and more superhero-y. She gets attacked, Spider-Man goes to save her, and then she kind of talks to Spider-Man as Spider-Man, and then discovers the note, and then starts going, I don't know who this person is. Even MJ is like, you're not in here at all. So she was looking, right? She was like trying to find him, but not knowing what she was doing. And so since MJ has the letter, she has all this stuff. I think when Jean Grey freezes all of that quarter mile or whatever around her, she broke MJ's mind, and all of those memories are flooding into MJ's head. So I truly do believe that MJ is remembering everything. And she remembered everything the right way, where it was the person she is now has all this stuff happen, doesn't know. She's like, thank you for protecting that woman. That's not me, though. And I love how they did that, how she said her instead of me. Because that is very important distinction because it's essentially a different person with different memories, different experiences. So having her be like, thank you for protecting her, I loved. But the end of the film, when she's sitting on their favorite spot, wearing his necklace, smiling, and like rubbing it, I truly do believe, especially because the sun is rising, I truly do believe she's remembering. Now, let's go to Ned. Now, by the way, I'm so sorry for running through this so fast. I am coming dangerously close to going on for way too long. But with Ned, I feel like Tom Holland's Peter Parker is finally on the correct path to be Spider-Man. Spider-Man, his best friend always tries to kill him. So Ned, at the end of the film, and makes everyone lose their shit, remembers their secret handshake. And there's two paths. It could be like super simple that Ned Leeds, who historically has been the Hobgoblin in Marvel Comics, is remembering and then just instantly goes, "Oh my god, we're best friends," because they got along so well, right? But because he's finding out all this the other way, not from Spider-Man coming to him and all this stuff, right? Like the he's finding out second instead of first. I can see Ned blaming Spider-Man for everything going wrong or things changing or keeping the secret from him. Something can go wrong. Something can go horribly wrong where he turns evil and he wants revenge on Spider-Man. I can totally see him doing that only because Peter Parker's best friend goes evil and Ned Leeds is the Hobgoblin. Um, I hope not because it would be so heartbreaking if his best friend tries to kill him. But I would not be surprised if the story they go forward with Ned is that he kind of goes evil. Most people disagree here. MJ didn't kiss him. That's why she didn't break. Ned broke because he connected. Although I wonder if he was also has his magic again too. I mean, Ned does have magic. Um, I think I need to rewatch Doctor Strange. I'm pretty sure everyone has magic. Um, but Ned definitely had a very he was more keen to it. That is for sure. Um the fact that the handshake was what unlocked the memory was cool. I love that his face of like, what the fuck? How am I doing all this? That was really cool. I want to believe that Ned is back. I want to believe that MJ is back. I just do believe I just as a storyteller in my head, like it just having MJ be like, no, I don't remember. Like she's just lying to herself. She doesn't want to give in. I can see that. But then she finally does at the very end. And I can see Ned just being angry and then going down the dark hobgoblin path. It is different enough. I will give Talaxian enough credit to say this. It is a completely different path. The Hobgoblin route in the comics and the animated series, all this stuff is nothing like this MCU route. But no, there's never a never. Oh dang, I'm out of water. There's never never. Okay, so with that being said, the post credit scene is the other big thing that everyone keeps arguing about and talking about. Um, Here's how I understood the app. It only works if someone points out, "Oh, Spider-Man's here." There's a new Spider-Man's here. So unless that ad, the post-credit scene was made for us, had nothing to do with reality, right? It's just for the fans. I think it's whatever Spider-Man is coming on that ship with the Fantastic Four. I think whatever reality crossing time stream is happening, that's the Spider-Man. A lot of people are like, it's Battle World. It's Spider-Man going into Battle World. That could happen. But here is what I saw. I saw the movie twice. I saw the post-credit scene like a bazillion times. First, you have the app, and then it's blinking, and then we see shh, and the shh is very much like the rainbow Heimdall Thor bridge thing, rainbow bridge. Then the next thing we see is a glitch, like a from Spider-Verse when they're in the wrong universe. But we also see in Loki season 2 of variants in the wrong whatever, and then them going all over the place. Um, that's what I saw. So to me, it's another Spider-Man. It's not our Spider-Man. It is another Spider-Man coming back into the 616 timeline. It can also be both. It could be Battle World and this, but I think it is most likely Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man following the Fantastic Four. Sorry, man, I'm talking way too long. But yeah. Oh, if it's a Miles, I'll scream. If it is a Miles, I'm gonna scream. Um, that extra, by the way, real quickly here. That extra that's talking to Tom Holland, Spider-Man, that's taken over by MJ. So good. He was unbelievable. I hope if they do bring Miles Morales into the universe, that actor gets a table read. Give him at least a chance. Give him a chance to wow you because he was so good. All right, so let's bring us close to it's the end. We are at the end. I love this movie. This movie, if you have not seen this movie, you need to go see it. It captures the heart and soul of Spider-Man beautifully. I couldn't help but cry at the transformation because I was convinced that Spider-Man was going to turn either into a giant spider or the symbiote, which was something that I thought we were going to bring Venom into this, right? I wasn't expecting it to be he's turning into Spider-Man. I was crying when the ninja stars were going by and he was going like, "Oh, his spider tingle finally turned into or his Peter tingle turned into his spider sense." And then he had the super strength finally. Like loved I loved that the transformation was literally just no, he's now Spider-Man. Because he's this whole time has been him turning into Spider-Man, right? Even though we've called him Spider-Man, but he hasn't been the Spider-Man that I knew from the animated series in the comics. So now he finally is. It was his organic webs, which is still weird. I don't like organic webs, but it's whatever. But I loved that so much. I absolutely loved the way he desperately wanted to tell MJ how he desperately was believing every time he thought she remembered. I love that he loves her more than anything, and that means putting her above himself. And I love that so much. I love how Aunt May still saved the day, but they didn't break canon. They didn't make it all weird. They found a beautiful way in the story to do it. And I'll end this opinion with I loved that Spider-Man got to see that city loved him without taking away his identity. Him being in the crowd with everyone cheering for Spider-Man in the hospital brought tears to my eyes, and it's just yeah, it was so good. You like how I did it for the webs? It makes more sense. Yeah, it was good. The trailers were a good teaser and throw off. They did the teasers in the trailer. I totally did think that MJ remembered everything. I totally did think that he was going to get all his world back without having to work too hard. I wasn't expecting it to be like, no, his life still kind of sucks and he's Spider-Man. Like it was. I can't stress about how much I love this film. Um, but yeah. All right. So just reminding everyone, I stream live this podcast live on Tuesdays, on Twitch, the Rogue Geek 23. If you ever want to comment and talk with me while I'm recording it, that is how you can do it. Tuesdays around 8 p.m. And I go from 8 to 9 normally, even though today I'm kind of going a little bit longer. Like I said, Spider Man has me super excited. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be on Wednesday, the 12th of August. Welcome party is going to be talking about Spider Man as well. So I didn't even touch on everything I want to talk about. But anyway, you should definitely see this movie. Next week, I'm going to be talking about House of the Dragon season 3. That show ended last Sunday, so I'm going to be talking about it next week. If you want to talk about it with me, definitely have until next Tuesday to finish the show if you haven't already. All right, thank you so much for kicking out with me. And for YouTube, goodbye. Woo! But yeah, no, honestly, I can't wait to see more of what they're gonna do. I actually want to know what Alex and JBG are gonna think about. Like, with this film, like I loved it so much. I can't wait to see what they're thinking. Because remember, Alex, she knew a lot, but she doesn't love Spider-Man the same way that JBG and I do. So I'm very intrigued to see what her take is gonna be, how she feels about it, and then just JBG. I'm pretty sure I missed something that is like super iconic. I didn't even get to talk about the filming scenes in 420 to get the comic book art. There were so many classic comic book panels that came alive in this film. Um, it was so good. Gonna be what's a Jean Grey. I love that Deadpool spoiled the villain at Comic Con when he was walking around in Deadpool's Jean Grey colored. Oh my god, that is too funny. Um, but I can't wait to talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, no, the opening with Peter Parker being erased from memory, having them all have the same memory just without Peter. It's wild to me because it's a magic spell, right? So no one questions it. It doesn't make any sense, but I just love how they were like, why is this Spider-Man always here in our memories? Why do we have all these memories of Spider-Man? Who is he? Does he know me? I know him? Like I just it was so good having their characters be what they were. Mm, man, yeah. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is how I get to geek out with you guys and talk about stuff. But my throat is destroyed right now, so I'm going to end it here, and then I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna get more water because I am out of water. Um, but yeah, you guys have a great night. And Thursday, I'm gonna be playing Resident Evil 9. Gonna be continuing that. But tomorrow, talk about Spider-Man some more. And then it will be our first welcome party recording since before Comic Con. So it's been a month since we've done stuff. So I hope you guys come in. I cannot wait to geek out with all of you guys tomorrow. And honestly, I just love having these talks with you guys. Like, I love that it's all fun but serious and just geeking out. All right. Have a great night, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.